I'm here with Donata, the Senior Customer Strategy Manager at HSBC. So we're hosting our Digital Leadership Forum session with you here today on customer experience. And you gave a presentation around customer journey mapping. Can you explain 3 of the main points from that presentation for us?
Yes, of course. So hello everyone. So the presentation that we delivered today was largely around what we have been doing over the past 2.5 years as a team. And our main role and our main mission has been really to drive customer-centric behaviors and insight-driven change into the organization, but also to promote service design and design thinking methods and approaches and tools in any change or transformation project that we look at. So our role is really to take the insight from the rest of the team and to make actionable recommendations to our business stakeholders to make the experience better for both our people and our customers. And this is what customer journey mapping is a part of, but there are other elements of it and other skills that service design is about.
And has there been a particular project you've been involved in so far that's been particularly successful?
So most of the projects that we have been involved in have been successful to some extent in various different ways. The recent project that I had been involved in was around mortgages. So how to make sure that the mortgage journey for our French customers is as frictionless and seamless as possible. The business came to us with a bit of a problem because HSBC is not a very well-known brand in France. It is a slightly smaller player in France, and so customers may have not been that aware of mortgages that HSBC offered. So they asked us how we could make sure that the recommendations of our customers to their friends and family about HSBC is a bit higher, and also their general customer satisfaction from that journey is better. So the project was very interesting because we had what we needed. So we had ExCo membership, buy-in and engagement. We had a number of people from different teams, so cross-functional, proper kind of agile pod team working on the solutions. We had an agile coach that helped us through the project, and we had also a wealth of insight that we used to first choose the journey, but then also to drive the recommendations and the solutions. We worked for a number of weeks with that team. We facilitated a number of workshops, and as a result of that, we came up with some very actionable recommendations to make the experience better. And they were both in the digital sphere, so things like making sure the customer can sign electronically their offer, but also making sure that customers are continuously kept up to date about the mortgage journey, so they know where they are in their application process. So some of the solutions are still ongoing, some of the solutions are delivered, but all in all, it has been a very good project to test our ways of working, but also to definitely make the experience better for the customers.
That's a really good success story, and I know there's a lot of great work you're doing around service design, all the points you covered in your presentation. Is there anything that's a blocker, anything that's a real challenge to improving the customer experience at HSBC?
I think both in HSBC and in any other big organization, there are a lot of people working on slightly similar projects, and we tend to work in silos. So we don't necessarily know often what other parts of the business are working on, and I think the knowledge sharing and the information sharing could be suffering as a result of that. I think changing the culture and the mindset is again a longer journey. It means that we need to put the customer truly at the heart of what we do, and when there are conflicting priorities such as time or resources, we make sure that it's the customer that wins. It's also about making sure that we use the voice of the customer to drive our behaviors and our thinking and our solutions, and sometimes perhaps we have a tendency to just jump into solutions because we think we know the answer. And maybe, like Einstein said, it's a good thing to focus on the problem, especially customer problem, before you jump into solutions and into recommendations. So I would say these are probably the key difficulties that can be overcome, and we are hopefully helping to overcome them.
What's your key learning from today?
I think my key learning from the presenter styles was that it's really good to bring yourself to the presentation. It's good to show your human side when you're presenting. It's good to be a bit of a storyteller, really. I really enjoyed the presentations. I really enjoyed National Express presentation because I'm a user, and I was quite keen to see that those developments are actually being delivered. And then I really enjoyed the questions from the group that kind of sat with me. Some of the questions were really very powerful. We talked about regulation, we talked about vulnerable customers, we talked about overcoming challenges and difficulties when changing mindsets. So I think overall the whole event was, for me, very enriching and very, very powerful messages were shared.
And I think that's an interesting point you made around the presentation style being quite intimate, and I think that's something that does come across in the Digital Leadership Forum, that it's not corporate presentations, it really is companies and digital leaders telling their genuine story, their successes, their failures. They really lay it out on the table, and then you have the opportunity to discuss, get involved in the speaker deep dives or the member discussion groups, and really kind of get under the skin rather than presenting a kind of perfect facade.
A polished view.
Exactly, we really kind of hear the more intimate story. So thank you for your involvement today, Donata.
Thank you very much. Thank you.